All right, I'm at an old-time favorite hike, going up to Gregory Bald. I'm super stoked for this hike. Last time I was here 4 years ago, I was here with two friends. That's on my channel. Highlights of that trip were Shuckstack Fire Tower and Gregory Bald, of course. So I don't know if I'm going to squeeze in Shuckstack on this trip because I was there twice. If I have good timing, I may head up there. But definitely Gregory Bald is going to be the highlight of this trip. And there's a nice surprise up there for me. Well, it's not a surprise because I know about it, but I'm going to wait to show you guys that when I get there. I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to spoil it. So, camping at campsite 12, Forge Creek. Campsite 13, Sheep Pen Gap, is closed. There's aggressive bear activity there, apparently. So they close the campsites in the Smokies when that happens. And you have to camp in the designated campsites. There's no dispersed camping allowed. So if you'll excuse me, I'm enjoying all the sights here. That creek is beautiful. But yeah, I'm gonna camp, I think it's about 3 miles below the Bald. Sheep Pen Gap is much closer, it's under a mile. So you can catch the sunrise there, and it's amazing when I was there 4 years ago. So I'm really looking forward to that. If I get up early enough, I can catch that in the morning. Of course, it's going to be a climb back up to the ridge because you lose about 2,500 feet. So I think it's going to be hard getting back up there. So I don't know if I'll be in time to catch the sunrise, but I'm going to be there early. All right, I guess I'm going to take the 20-mile loop trail because that's the one I've not done. And I'm going to come back down Wolf Ridge Trail tomorrow. And so when I get up here, up 20-mile trail, when I get up here, I am going to get onto the Gregory Ridge Trail, and then I'll summit Gregory Bald, and then go down the trail to my campsite at Forge Creek. Mountain laurels are everywhere here. Quite beautiful. There are so many bridges to cross. I forgot how many there were. We came down this day too when I did it 4 years ago. Freaking awesome though. Yeah, this is one of my favorite hikes, even though I've only done it once before. And like I said, I'm using a few different trails and doing a loop here compared to what I did 4 years ago. So knock out some more miles in the Smokies on some different trails. Should be the better part of 26 miles, but to get up to the ridge at Gregory Bald, you're talking a significant amount of elevation gain. I don't know what it is for this trip. Probably a better part of 4,000 feet or so. Well, this is just wonderful. That is a mass of branches and trees blocking the trail. So what am I gonna do? Go up? Looks like it gets just as bad going up. Going down? Maybe. I don't know, I'm gonna find out here in a minute. Or could I go over? That is the $100 question. I'm gonna attempt it here, I think, going over. Well, after careful inspection, I see somebody made a little trail or side path going down around the obstacle. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna follow the path of least resistance because I attempted that and that is a no-go. So let's head down. This is a pretty well-worn path. This mess of trees may have been here a little bit, or it could have been here since last year's storm, which I don't think it affected this area as much as further east, but this path is pretty easy to follow. I just went down and around, and now I'm going to go up. So it should get me clear of the fallen debris. I did the trick. So on well-established trails, especially in the Smokies, you can always find a way around an obstacle. So that's a good lesson to learn. Just gather your surroundings and take a look. More than likely, somebody's made a path around it. Thank you, whoever did that. It was pretty easy to find. More fallen trees to deal with. But that's okay, because I think I see another path around it. Right down here. Not quite as clear, but we'll make it work. Another beautiful creek to go over. You gotta love these trails in the Smokies. I've only seen 2 other people since I've been out here, with the exception of the 3 guys I saw at the trailhead. So it definitely gives you the feeling of solitude out here. The trailhead wasn't even all parked up. But in all fairness, it doesn't hold a lot of cars either. Maybe about 10 cars. And it's down a rough patch of forest road. So you can make it with a low clearance car, but just gotta be careful. Bet you that water is nice and cool. All right, it was a climb to get here, but I've reached the trail intersection. Here's where I came from. So it's a big trail intersection. It's big enough to be a campsite. So I'm gonna stop here and take a break because I've not drank anything since I started the hike, and I'm almost 5 miles in. And I'm gonna get something to eat because I'm getting hungry and it's afternoon now. So get back on trail after a little something to eat. This is campsite 92, Upper Flats. It is pretty nice. Looks like it's got 2 spots. Might be more back there or up there. Probably should have camped here because it's closer back to the trailhead. Oh well. Probably come back here and camp here again sometime. I had to sit down and take a break because this long, hungry ridge is kicking my butt. It seems like I'm gaining all my elevation in a short time as I get higher on the trail, so I needed to get some more water in me. So that's my third 20-ounce bottle in a couple hours. So even though I didn't drink much the first 5 miles, I'm drinking every bit of it now. And not even 3 miles since that first lunch break. It took forever to get up that long, hungry ridge, but I'm almost there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I wanted to show you guys. I saw the pictures online, in particular on All Trails, that the flame azaleas were well in the bloom up here. That is gorgeous. I was going to do another hike in the Smokies up to Rocky Top on the AT using the Appalachian Trail and Eagle Creek Trail. That's still on the list because I've seen the flame azaleas up there at Rocky Top and Thunderhead Mountain in bloom this time of year. And that was also about, I guess that was about 4 years ago also. This is just one of many. I'm just getting here. This is beautiful up here. I love it. That is quite a sight. Everybody was taking all their pictures online of all the flowers. Well, there you go. It's gorgeous, stunning. All right, I made it to campsite 13 at Sheep Pen Gap, which is closed because of aggressive bear activity. I wish I could camp here though. It's so much closer to the Bald. Only a half a mile. I can catch the sunrise real easy. I don't really want to go down to Forge Creek. That's 3 miles below the Bald. Well, actually it's 3.6 miles below the Bald. And then have to climb all that in the morning, and I've already climbed 4,000 feet. I'm gonna be a baby and probably not do it. So I gotta go back up to the Bald and then down and climb back up in the morning. Just to catch a sunrise, I have to get up real early to be able to make it, because the sunrise is at like 6:10, 6:15. So I'd have to get up at like 3 in the morning, leave the campsite by 4 in order to make it in time. So I wish this was open. I would stay here, but I don't think they'd like it too much if I stayed here, since it's closed, if they found me here. The sign, and that's why I suspected it was garbage that caused this site to get closed because of aggressive bear activity. Because people are careless. They have to ruin it for everybody else. Well, I could be staying here. Anyway, I'm going to take a break here and make my final decision. Well, it started doing what it does best in the Smokies, and that's rain. So I'm glad I'm getting out of here. As I said, it was only about 7 miles from the Bald. I'll have to double check that, but it was probably a little under 7 actually. Heard a big clap of thunder too, so that's never fun. It is part of what you sign up for when you come out here, but I really wanted to camp at Sheep Pen Gap, so it's unfortunate that it's closed. Maybe next time.